Today we will be discussing about the houses that are involved in giving you massive wealth in your life. The 10th house or the involvement of Saturn becomes paramount importance. That means that is the year you will unlock massive wealth in your life. Now there are a lot of people who receive massive inheritances in life. They don't work a single day in their life and yet they have so much to their name that they don't even need to work for the rest of their life. So what are those combinations? Namaste everyone, this is Archit. Welcome back to Grihalok. Today we will be discussing about the houses that are involved in giving you massive wealth in your life. How to decipher them correctly, how to study them correctly, how to connect the dots in your horoscope, whether they are linked together or not. I will be discussing each and everything in detail, so stay tuned till the end. This is going to be very interesting. So we all know the house which predominantly determines your accumulated wealth is the second house of the horoscope. Now, along with the second house, what are the other houses that needs to get involved in order for you to earn really big in life? There has to be an involvement of the 5th house or the 7th house or the 8th house along with the 11th house. All these houses are very important to determine wealth. Again, the 10th house or the involvement of Saturn becomes paramount importance. The involvement of the 10th house or the 10th lord and Saturn with this combination in these houses becomes extremely important, is of paramount importance. Now let me make you understand with a very good example. Say suppose you are a Sagittarius Lagna. So the lord of your second house is Saturn. The lord of your 10th house is Mercury. The lord of your 11th house is Venus. The lord of the 5th house is Mars. So how to see if there is a conjunction or a connection happening in these houses or not? So you need to check the lord of the second house. If there is a connection between the lord of the second house with the lord of the 10th house, along with either the 5th house or the 9th house, this results in a person acquiring very good wealth in life. So that means there has to be a conjunction of Saturn with Mercury. These planets needs to be connected either by the way of a conjunction or through trine in one of the houses so that this yoga can be formed. And whenever transiting Jupiter transits over these houses or in the trine to the houses in which these yogas is being formed, that means that is the year you will unlock massive wealth in your life. The subject of wealth and timing is very fascinating and it requires you to extremely minutely study your horoscope no matter what. Now another very interesting combination for people who just acquire a lot of wealth. Now there are a lot of people who receive massive inheritances in life. They don't work a single day in their life and yet they have so much to their name that they don't even need to work for the rest of their life. So what are those combinations? You need to check the 8th house lord. If the 8th house lord is sitting in the Lagna, or the Lagna lord goes and sits in the 8th house, or there is an exchange between the 1st house lord or the 8th house lord, that means such a person is destined to get great inheritance in his life. Now the extent of inheritance will also depend upon the condition of the 2nd house lord and the 11th house lord. Whether he will be able to sustain that inheritance, whether he will be able to do something useful with it, grow it or destroy it, that will finally be revealed by the 2nd house lord, how it is sitting in his chart and what is the yatra of the 2nd house lord. So all these things becomes very important. While we are at the topic of wealth and houses, you also need to see which house your Venus is sitting in, because your Venus needs to get connected to Saturn in order for you to earn consistently in life. Venus is your money and Saturn is the natural karma karak. It is the involvement of these two planets either by the way of yatra or yuti that ends up giving you a legit profession in your life, a lasting profession in your life through which you can consistently earn and feed your family. I hope this was helpful. If you have further questions, you can always leave your comments down below. I'll be more than happy to reply. Thank you so much for watching. Over to the next one. Bye bye. Thank you.